Hi guys, it's Willow and I am back again for a special episode celebrating my 50+ subscribers. 50 subscribers was kind of my goal for the end of the year and I'm so glad that we hit it. It means so much to me every time I get a new subscriber. I'm just thrilled to death every time I get that notification that I have a new one or I see the amount go up. Doing YouTube is something I really enjoy and something that I find to be a really great outlet for all the things that I like to do and sort of helps me feel like I'm making someone's day better, which is an important thing to me. I know to a lot of at least my fellow YouTubers it may seem like 50 is not a big deal, but to me it really is. I figured a good way to celebrate having 50 subscribers was to do a short little Q&A session where I just found questions online and also asked you guys to ask me some, and I just wrote up a list of them that I figured I would answer for you guys. And a lot of people asked questions that I would like to answer in like a whole video, like doing makeup for masculine faces. I thought was a really good idea. Doing more natural look for the workplace that can still have some style. And then someone also asked me about doing eyebrows, which I'm not a very good expert on eyebrows. I need to watch some more videos, I think, before I do that one. So we'll just start off. And the first one comes from actually a good friend of mine and my brother's, and it is, if you could be anything in the world, what would it be? I think I would be a witch. No, but of course, if I could be anything, it would be something with like superpowers. But realistically, I would say either an artist or a writer. That's what I wanted to be growing up, which of course is not super sustainable unless you're in for the bohemian lifestyle. And number 2 is, do you have any passions? And I would say other than just doing creative things, I like to get that creative juice out, mainly through things like drawing and painting, and I've always really loved to write stories and books. I also really like the feeling of helping people and making people feel better, even if it's just for a little while. The third one is, do you remember your dreams? And yes, I do remember most of my dreams. I used to be able to control what happened in my dreams when I was younger, so I would have like an ongoing saga for nights and nights in a row. And before that, I actually had night terrors as a little girl, which is where you have a nightmare, but when you wake up, you're still sort of in your nightmare. You're like halfway awake. And I usually have about one dream or so a night that I remember. The fourth one was, have you ever suffered a fracture? Which, if you've been with me since the beginning, yes I have. I fractured my shoulder just this year, and I also fractured my hand in high school. The fifth one is, if you became a multi-millionaire overnight, what would you buy? I think that my answer is probably pretty true for most people. I would buy a house and a car for me and my brother and my mom and my fiance. Well, we'd probably share the house, but I'd buy him a car. And I'd probably also want to go on a trip overseas, maybe even multiple trips overseas, because I think that's a really cool thing to do. I think it's important to have memories more than anything else. Number 6 is kind of related. It says, if you go anywhere in the world on vacation, where would you go? And I would have to say probably Italy, maybe Ireland. I have heritage on both sides that are from those countries, and I also just think the hills and the green of Ireland is really cool, and the castles, and then Italy, of course, there's the ruins and the Colosseum. I'm actually trying to learn a little bit of Italian and I'm very terrible at it. Number 7 is, if you could meet any one person from history or alive, who would it be? It's a tough one. My favorite YouTuber right now is Loie Lane / Haley Reese. I think I would probably want to talk to my dad again, but that's kind of depressing, so we'll mosey on over that one. I don't have a lot of celebrities that I would love to meet. That's a thinker. Number 8 is, are there any items that you collect? And I used to collect porcelain dolls and snow globes, I don't so much anymore, but I kind of want to get back into collecting snow globes. And I think what really triggered the snow globe passion in me was the snow globe from the Santa Claus with the moving parts in it. I really loved that snow globe growing up, and I wanted one just like it. Number 9 is a doozy, and it is, to what extent do you trust people? Which I think is probably a very telling question. I used to be a very, very trusting person. Like, I just gave my heart away willy-nilly, I think. And I think now it takes a little bit longer for me to trust people. I have to sort of feel them out and see if I vibe with them or not before I trust people. But I think that's true of most people my age. Number 10 is, what are the top 3 qualities that you look for in people that you want to be friends with? And I would have to say I really admire when someone's creative, because I like to have fun in creative ways with people. Kindness is number 1 for anything ever. If someone has a good heart and is kind to other people, then I usually get along with them pretty well. And probably a sense of humor. I like to be able to joke around and have a good time. Number 11 is, what do you do most when you are bored? I do a lot of projects all the time. I have a bad habit of starting projects and then never finishing them. So I'm usually fluttering around to one of those things. And then I also watch a lot of YouTube and Netflix while I'm usually doing a craft. The next one is, what dreams have you given up as being unrealistic? And I think everybody has their early childhood dreams of wanting to be an X-Man or wanting to be an X-Man or a princess or something like that. But I think I also wanted to, like I said earlier, to be an artist and a writer, and it's very tough to make it in both those markets. I haven't fully given up on being a writer, but I don't think I'd ever be able to sell artwork enough to make a living at it. And realistically, I wouldn't be able to sustain myself on writing either. Number 13 is, what is something that you would like to do that you have never done? I think flying in an airplane is a big one. I've never flown in an airplane or seen the ocean, and I did have the chance to do that a couple years ago, but I missed out on it. So I think that's at least on the bucket list of things I want to do. I also would like to do skydiving probably. Number 14 is, what is the most important thing in your life? And I would have to definitely say my loved ones. My mom, my brother, my fiance are number 1, period, in a story. When I have kids, I'm sure they will be on that list as well, but right now I don't have any. Number 15 is an easy one, and it is, what is your favorite color? And I would have to say like crimson, burgundy color, and black. And I know that saying black is my favorite color sounds like the classic response of every gothic emo teenager ever. And I think it's because it reminds me of the nighttime sky, and when you look into black, you kind of soak into it and it feels peaceful to me. And then red is such a vibrant and eye-catching color that I think it's been my favorite for a very long time. Number 16 is, what piece of art have you seen that you have never forgotten? And when I was a little girl, we went to a field trip, and there was a giant painting of, she's a goddess with the 6 arms. There was a giant picture of her that was like the size of a whole wall at this museum, and then this giant Buddha statue, which I actually have a picture in front of that I can show you. And then somebody took like a block of marble or ivory and carved the scene of Saint Michael sending Satan and all his demons to hell, and it's this very intricate little piece that I think I also have a picture of, and if I do, I'll also insert that here. I remember being in awe of the giant statue and the giant painting as a little girl and sitting in front of them and being like, whoa. Number 17 is what scares you about aging. And I think that the thing that scares me the most in life in general is losing your loved ones. Because as you get older, that is inevitable that you will lose people that you love. And I hate it every time. So that's it for the questions part. I guess I can tell you sort of my plans for my YouTube channel. I'm hoping to incorporate more of my hobbies into it, and of course I'm still going to be doing some beauty videos because that is one of my hobbies and one of the things I really enjoy doing. So I want to continue doing that. I want to do some special makeup for Valentine's Day. I wanted to do a creative writing workshop where I thought I would help teach you guys learn how to write. Not that I have much, but we can maybe learn together how to write. Or some more projects. My projects for this channel I would like to keep more on the less expensive side so that people can do it. I thought maybe I could do some comic book style videos, but I am a long way away from that because I am just learning how to use my drawing tablet. And I hope that we continue to grow as a channel. I'd really like to see that. I'm also just kind of letting it take me where it takes me, where I just kind of feel where it goes. Let me know if you guys have any good ideas or any ideas in general. There are really no bad ideas for videos you want to see me do going forward. And I hope you guys had a great New Year's. I think this is my first video since New Year's Eve. I went out with some friends and had a good time, and then had a date with my fiance the next day. Let me know what you guys did for New Year's down below as well. And make sure you add me on Twitter and Instagram. Also like and subscribe if you haven't already. Once again, I just want to say how happy and thrilled I am to have so many subscribers on my channel now. It makes me really just happy. Thank you once again for subscribing to me and to giving my channel a shot. Even though I know sometimes it's probably pretty hard. I just really enjoy making these videos for you. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.